Hello everyone, we are back to deliver the juiciest headlines that have been making a splash this week. So without further ado, let's jump right into it and bring you the updates you've been eagerly waiting for. Welcome to the weekly flyby. Polychop's free update for the Gazelle is out. We talked about it last week, and in this week's release cycle we can all fly her. But this is not the only DCS news, as there's a new map for the sim. DCS Sinai map is out. The new map focuses on the Sinai Peninsula located between the Gulf of Suez and the Gulf of Octavi, and it includes a variety of landscapes from deserts and mountains in the south to oases and coastlines in the north. A huge interesting point of interest is the Suez Canal, which made airlines more than once. You will find the entire Sinai Peninsula, eastern Egypt, the Nile Delta, southern Israel, western Jordan and Saudi Arabia, Palestine, the Gaza Strip and the West Bank all included in this map. The stage is set with many military bases and strategic seaports, emplacements for air defense systems, and yes, lots and lots of helipads. For these three buffs, you will have a large number of military facilities and bases available to help to reenact the Arab-Israeli wars, as well as modern missions and campaigns based on fictional what-ifs scenarios. You can get this map at a discount right now at the official website. Check the full features list on our website as well as the link to purchase it. I don't know about you, but I love small, easy solutions that don't take up a lot of space in my desk or that I can place near my collective. If these happen to solve more than one problem, that's obviously a bonus. Octavi's hardware, which they say it's an intuitive and ergonomic all-in-one device that lets you control our major instruments in a flight simulator, promises to be just that. I saw someone from the community talk about it back in September 2022, and I had to reach out to the company, ask for more information and about the possibility of reviewing the product. After a long process of email exchanges and getting to know a bit more about the hardware as the company continued to develop the product, a production unit reached my hands and I was able to put it to some testing. This is a great little unit that makes everything as advertised and quite a handy piece of gear if you are a nomad simmer especially, and if you are going around with your laptop and the joystick from hotel to hotel. If that's you, do check it out. You can read the full review on our website, link is in the video description. Alright, and this is of course the news of the week. I have actually written a couple of articles that you can find on our website, but I'll talk about both together since it makes no sense to do it separately. Microsoft announced Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Well, actually, I thought it was bogus news when my good friend Drew Bolton, aka Belgiode, sent me a message talking about it. But after the initial shock, I realized that it is actually a whole new sim. We learned about it through Microsoft's Xbox stream with a trailer, and unfortunately, as it has been normal with these announcements, I ended up with more questions than answers. The whole community did, and also unfortunately and rather obviously too, we started to have the same old polarizing discussions with people going wild about how bad it is and people going wild about how good it is. I'd rather go wild about how good it can be because right now we don't know much about it. The trailer looks exciting and I'm assuming Microsoft and Azobo are building on top of the current version of the sim. I believe the trailer is just a showcase of the new features, which includes many things such as sling loading, hoisting, firefighting, as well as a bunch of other amazing things to do in the sim. It also shows a tornado, which in an interview a Microsoft rep said it formed based on weather data. So it was not hand-placed, and this means we should expect tornadoes to form in the sim spontaneously. But that does not mean we will be limited to those activities. Granted, no one said we want either, so things can actually go both ways. Regardless, and since we have no information right now, I'd rather look at it for what it can be on the positive side. All those activities that we see in the video were asked by the community, especially the helicopter flight simulation folks. I have actively provided that kind of feedback to Microsoft based on the community's requests, and they have seemed to have listened. Following the announcement trailer, Microsoft published an FAQ addressing the main questions that the community started to ask. Will Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 be a completely standalone sequel, or will it also be offered as a paid update to existing existing players. What kind of support can Microsoft Flight Simulator players expect to see once Flight Simulator 2024 has been released? Will all purchases users have made from the marketplace be transferable to the new simulator? Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 will be a standalone sim, so a new product, and Microsoft calls it the next generation sequel to Microsoft Flight Simulator. From these words, that it will be the next generation sequel, it should be adding to what we have, not being something completely different. At least that is my perception. Microsoft also stated that current aircraft and airports that are in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, as well as virtually all marketplace add-ons, will be supported in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. In fact, they add that with very few exceptions, virtually all add-ons that work in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 today will function in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Add-ons that were purchased from the in-simulator marketplace will not need to be repurchased in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. And yes, the current version of Microsoft Flight Simulator will continue to be supported. And what about the 10-year plan, you may ask? Well, it is set in motion, as we can see by the new release, and by the way, it's not really a 10-year plan. That was an expression used to indicate that Microsoft is invested in the long term. They hope to be in the market for far longer and support the franchise for many years to come. I have seen some comments that state that Microsoft was lying when it talked about the 10-year plan, as if we should expect something less. But actually, Microsoft has been talking about something more. They want to support the franchise, not this version, but the whole franchise, for many years. And I think we should actually celebrate that. Just like it happened with the franchise in the past, and this is Microsoft's longest running franchise, several versions seem to be planned. How exactly will all this unfold? Well, time will tell. Yes, I am excited about what all this can mean to us, especially to virtual helicopter pilots. Will it be as I imagine? Well, I have no clue. I surely hope so, and we will have to wait and see. Don't forget to stay in the loop with the latest news and events in the helicopter flight simulation community by exploring our video playlist. Please note that there will be no weekly flyby next week, as I will be in Flight Sim Expo in Houston, Texas. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care and fly safe.